So I did not know anything about HBCUs. I had to go to as long as it was always in North Carolina, because my mom, she literally made the ultimatum: it's either you go out of state or it's me. And for a lot of things, and I did know since I was young that I wanted to be a lawyer. So my brother took that step and went out of state to college. I knew that it was something that I could do. And so my freshman year, like she said, I ran for Miss Freshman. I got denied, and I had to think to myself, why am I, like, I literally want people calling my phone the whole doggone Central Noon the day you can be like the most confident person ever, and you still have that little mind in the back of your head, or little voice in the back of your head. One thing, that anxiety and fear, it'll be louder. It'll be so loud to the point where you don't even want to say much. With her being confident in what she do, it helps her more when she steps into those rooms. Literally, my very first public speaking event, these girls over here praying with me, and I'm crying. I had to show people, like, this is who Sha'Lexus Sander is, and I'm going to keep showing up each and every time, and I won't let them break me down.
Hello, Saints. It's your girl, Alana M., also known as Miss Set Apart. And today I'm back with another video, but with a little twist. I'll be introducing my new segment. So you already know we got Central's Christianity Climate Check, where I just go around campus and I check that Christianity climate. The next thing you know, we got our videos. The videos I've already been pushing out are for my set apart believers, those who are picking up their cross, denying their flesh daily. They are trying to go sold out for Christ, and they want to see other people, other like-minded believers, to continue to give them that push. But this new segment is for everybody. This is for the backsliders. This is for the lukewarm. This is for those who are beginning in their relationship with Christ. And this is just girl talk, real raw conversations. We're going to be talking about various people's rise. We're going to hear their truth, and we're going to see how God is impacting their life today, because the word says he who has begun a good work will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. So yes, God is working on our hearts, and we will continue to yield to him as he continues to work on your hearts. But without further ado, y'all, I had the pleasure of interviewing some of my favorite people. Don't tell them that though, but these people are very, 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 I hold a special place for them in my heart. I don't play about these people. But yeah, let's get into the video.
What's up, y'all? I'm here with Miss Sha'Lexus Sanders, the 83rd Madam President, I was about to say. And then I'm here with Thesha Johnson, 83rd Miss North Carolina Central University. Hey. So y'all, Eagles, this video is just for you. So I want y'all to get settled in, and we're gonna get right back into the video. Y'all don't have to answer every single question, so y'all can go back and forth and choosing which question y'all want to answer and stuff. So did y'all always know that y'all were going to go to college? How did that come about?
Okay. So I always knew I was going to come to college, only because, like, my family was always big on education, especially my grandma and my mom. I remember, like, it didn't matter what school I had to go to, as long as it was always in North Carolina, because my mom, she literally made the ultimatum: if it's either you go out of state or it's me. And so it was always like she pushed me to do better, but she always made sure to keep me close to her. And, I never expected that college would bring me, like, I always knew that college would help me get out of my shell, but I didn't think it would help me get to the point where I am now, especially giving me the perspective that it has given me so far, as like, character building, if that makes sense, because I've always been the type of person that was always stagnant, that always believed like nothing would change, that was always scared of change. Now I'm excited for it. I'm always looking forward to it. There are times where it's like I do have my moments where I'm still afraid of that change. Like I still have anxiety behind it, but I know that there's a good reasoning, because if I didn't have that sort of anxiety or anything like that, it wouldn't show me like the strength that I have to go through with it.
Mm-hmm. So for me, to be honest, I know I wanted to go to college, but I didn't always know that I was going to go to college. I'm a first gen college student. I didn't have no one to be like, oh, well, I'm going to look up to this person. I seen they went to college and this is how college look. And, you know, my parents didn't go to college. So, like, my siblings didn't go to college. So it wasn't nothing that was really introduced to me. I just watched a lot of movies and I'm like, I know I want to go to college. Like, that just seems so cool. And then my brother, we're Irish twins. We're 11 months apart. He ended up my junior year in high school going to college for a full ride in wrestling. His name is Panero, and I really looked up to my brother. And once I see him go out of state all the way to Iowa State, I'm like, well, I know I could do that. If he did that, I know I could do that. Not knowing that I was going to have to pay for school. I just thought, like, he did it, I could do it, and he didn't have to pay for school because he got a full ride. But in my head, I'm like, I know if my brother did it, I know I can do it. And so he was really my motivation. I really look up to him for a lot of things. And I did know since I was young that I wanted to be a lawyer. So my brother took that step and went out of state to college. I knew that it was something that I can do.
And I would say, as a big sister, that was my biggest thing as well, because my mom always told me that I have to be a role model to my younger siblings. So to have them go on the path, like, I always used to be like, they're not my responsibility, them your kids. Like, I literally used to be like that, but it's like, as you get older and as you are, like, because I've always been overprotective over my young siblings. I've always been the type of person who was always like a second mom to them. So it's like, I want to see y'all do better. I want to see y'all go to college, get this degree, get out of that. There's nothing wrong with the high school diploma, but it's like, I want them to get the jobs that they actually want. I want to see them succeed in the future they vision themselves to be in. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm trying to do right for myself, but I need y'all to do right for yourselves too, and not only make your family proud, but to make yourself proud.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, how did Central come about? Was that always one of y'all choices?
No. So I tell people different stories. That's because it's like, it was different schools that I applied for before Central. So one of them was ECU. Mm-hmm. I applied there because my cousin went there and because I thought it was a really good school. I got a little bit more insight into that school, and I kind of found out that HBCUs is a place I wanted to be. So the second school was A&T.
A&T gonna have so much to say about us. I already know.
But they didn't give me enough money. I got waitlisted at first, and then I got accepted. But they didn't give me enough money, and then I started looking at Bowie State. But I found out that Bowie State didn't have a political science program. So I'm like, okay, like, what's next? So then I started looking into Central, and I seen that they had a law school. And at the time, I really wanted to be a lawyer, a prosecutor, all of that. And I read that the Central Law School was one of the best ones. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can go here for undergrad, then I can go here for law school. And then, now I don't even want to be a lawyer no more. But I definitely went with Central because, like, as soon as I touched down on this campus, like, this was the only campus I toured. I didn't even tour A&T. Yeah, this was the only campus I toured. I toured it with my mom. And literally, like, it gave me that feeling like I needed to be here. Like, even the tour guide, she was like being a big sister or whatever, and she ain't know me like that. She ain't know none of us, but it still made me feel good because that let me know, like, this is a very family-oriented place.
Right. I have a really crazy story with Central. First, as I said, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, and I never knew anything about HBCUs. My high school never introduced HBCUs to us. I got to stay at, like, Penn State Barron before, and Mercyhurst and Gannon, which is all in the area of Erie, Pennsylvania. So I did not know anything about HBCUs. I watched All American, and when I watched All American, the episode where Simone went to a HBCU instead of staying in
wherever they were at. Instead of staying there, she went to an HBCU, and I was like, oh my God, like that's something I would love to do. And I was just like, this is something that's real. So I started searching up, like, what is HBCU? I'm like, oh my God, it's a historical black college university. And I'm just like, wow, like I could really go to something like that, you know? And then like watching the show, and it was like introducing a lot of things to us that I didn't never see. So I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I knew I wanted to be in North Carolina because my aunt moved to North Carolina. So first thing I did was search up #1 HBCUs in North Carolina. And as y'all know, the #1 HBCU is really not the #1. I'm just say that. But the #1 HBCU in North Carolina popped up, which was A&T. And so I'm like, okay, apply there. Like, you know. And so I applied, and I got denied. And I was really upset. That's the only college I applied to. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do next. So I go back on Safari, #1 HBCUs in North Carolina. And Central was the second one. So I'm like, okay, let's apply to Central. So I applied to NCCU, and I set me up a tour. And when I set that tour up, I'm like, let me book my flight now. When I did A&T, I didn't book a flight for a tour, but something was different about Central. It was just like, you know, let me book this tour now, and let me buy my flight now while I have the money, you know. And literally the day before my tour, I got denied. I got denied from Central, and it was like, wow. It was crazy, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to still go down there on this tour and show them why I need to be at this school. And so I went the next day, got on that flight, came down to Central. I got here. My aunt came with me, and I did my tour. They showed me around, and I'm like, you know, is this someone higher up that I could speak to? I just wanted to talk to them about admissions. So they took me to the director of admissions, which is, how can I think of her name right now? I put her number as her name under blessing, but it's Miss Henry. Miss Henry, she was the director of it at the moment, and I met with her, and I'm just like, hey, I'm the president of my high school, and I really want to come to this school. I want to be a lawyer. I seen y'all have a law school. It's something that I would love to be a part of. The campus is beautiful, you know, and I'm like, I told her that I got denied, and I'm like, I think I got denied because it said I didn't have a Spanish class. Crazy thing is, guys, I literally took a Spanish class 1 week before high school graduation because I knew, because A&T told me they denied me because I didn't have a second Spanish. And so I took that class 1 week before graduation, and by me taking that class, I passed it with the A. In 1 week, it was an online class, and I passed with the A. And so when I came to Central, I brought my transcript, and I'm like, look, like I have the second Spanish class. Like, I'm not sure why I got denied. They're like, well, we don't have no housing for you. So you can get accepted, but it won't be until spring because we have no housing. And obviously you're out of state. And so you'll be accepted in the spring. And I'm just like, I was really hurt because I'm like, I'm the president of my high school, and, you know, a lot of people look up to me, and it's like, I don't want to be going to school after everyone, you know? And so the next day I got a call, and they were like, you know, Miss Henry was so impressed by your visit that she said she couldn't get you off her mind. She was thinking about you all night, and she just had to let you in. She had to make a way for you. And they told me to go check my portal, and I was accepted for fall admission at NCCU. And so my journey here has been crazy, and I really love it because I feel like I have a really deep story with it, especially with me being denied and them seeing that I had potential, and now me being able to be in the position that I am now. So yeah.
So if y'all could speak to a student and answer this question, why Central or why college, what would you say?
You want to go first?
So the #1 thing that is always said is college is a scam. That is literally the #1 thing that is said. And sometimes, I mean, financially, they be playing with us.
It was everybody facing.
But I want to say spiritually and mentally, it's something that you need to look forward to. Only because, like, you never know where college can take you. Like, you never know what rooms it can put you in, what people you can meet, any of that. I'm literally, in my freshman year, always in my college dorm room, always doing what I'm not supposed to do. And I tell this story to everybody because it's literally a testimony for me.
doing things I'm not supposed to do. Of course, I'm staying on top of what I need to academically, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. I always felt stagnant. And as soon as I started challenging myself, because I had people who take a chance out on me, which was my professor. She was the very first person who helped jumpstart my journey. Once she took a chance on me, that's when I started taking a chance on myself. And then I met the friends that I have now who literally encourages me every single day. Lex, you got this. Literally, my very first public speaking event, these girls over here praying with me, and I'm crying. Like, they over here praying with me, and I'm crying. But it's like, I needed that in that moment, is because when I'm up there talking to a whole bunch of different people, after I started speaking, and in the middle of it, I did like stop, and I'm hearing Thesha, Lana, and them, you got it, go ahead, you got it, you got it. I'm hearing them encourage me, and it kept me going. So college isn't a scam. It's a place full of opportunities. It's a place full of people who really want to see you succeed. I mean, it's some people who can bring you down. But that's only if you let it. And it's only if you have the discernment to know what people you need to let around you.
Okay, so for me, I feel like Lex touched on the topic of why she went to, like, why college. And Lana had asked why Central. I feel like that also ties in with Sha'Lexus' answer. Central is a family. Like, the number one thing that keeps me going here is that it's a family, like from the staff members to the students, faculty, everyone here. It's like they treat you like a family, and it's so many opportunities, and especially being in the space of people that's striving for the same things. I love it, and I feel like a lot of the times it's not a competition here. It's more of a, like, let's put each other on. Like, I can help you, you help me, type of thing. And so I feel like Central is my home. It made me feel like I'm not alone. Coming from Erie, Pennsylvania, I felt like I had family here. I never felt alone. But also it's so much. I feel like I already said this, but there's so much opportunities, and it's like they want to see you win. They want to see you strive. They want to put you in that light to become better. So I really love that. And then on the end of college, as I said before, coming from Erie, Pennsylvania, it's a small town. It wasn't a lot educationally there for us, and I just knew my potential and who I am. It was more than Erie, Pennsylvania. And I love my town, and I don't ever want to make it seem like it's something that is like, that it's a bad place. But I know that I had so much more potential than that. And so I'm like, I want to go to college. And like I said, I watched a lot of TV shows, and college always looked so cool to me. And I did always hear about the scam, but like, honestly, it helps you professionally. It helps you be on your own as well, because like, I feel like living in the house with your parents, you don't think to be like, okay, how I'm gonna wash my clothes? What's my next meal? How am I gonna wear this professional outfit? You have your mom, your father, and your siblings there with you in that household that's helping you with all those things. But once you come to college, it's like, wow, like, you're here. You get to determine when you go to sleep. You get to determine when you wake up. You get to determine how you want to dress. You get to determine like what you're going to eat the next day. Like, it's really something to really help you professionally, mentally, emotionally. You go through all these challenges, and it's like, I learned so much within these 3 to 4 years. And it's like, I don't believe I would have learned this without college. Maybe, yes, down the line, but like, in this small time, I have grown so much and matured so much. And it's like, it's preparing me to be able to live on my own. And so I really do appreciate that. That's what I tell people. Like, I don't think it's a scam, because I've been networking since I've been here. I met so many people, so many famous people. Like, it's like, I wouldn't have got that without coming to college. So it's not really a scam. I do understand on the end of like, having to pay for things and tuition, but that's why you get involved. I feel like with me getting involved, I have gained scholarships, been able to pay for school, small things like that. So definitely, I would say number one thing when you do go to college, if you do decide to go to college, definitely get involved, because it comes a long way.
I want to touch on why Central. I'm gonna actually be personal about this, because to me, Central is very personable. With my mom recently just passing away, Central showed me the support system that I thought I didn't have. Because I'm always the type of person where I really won't ask nobody for help.
Right.
Like, I literally people calling my phone. The whole doggone Central knew the day of. Like, I didn't know how that happened, but they literally called my phone. What do you need? What can I help you out with? Just let me know if you need anything. Do you need help with school supplies? This, that, and third. And it's like, that really meant something to me, because in a time like that, you didn't have to be there. You can just look at me as another student who you just trying to get money out of.
Right.
Literally. So with the whole family oriented thing, Central literally don't look at their students like they're just a student. They look at the students who are like their kids, who are like their brother, who are like their sister, who are like a person in their family that they want to see succeed. Sometimes they will have tough love on you. It will be times where you be like, they so against me, like, what's up with them? But it's like, that's not them being against you, because if you was out there in that real world, you literally will not have anybody who has your back for real. So they're preparing you for that. When you get in these professional spaces, it's people out here who will literally like show you what their true colors is. When you get in these classrooms here at Central, these teachers are teaching you tough love, because them, and I don't mean to be, really controversial when I say this, but those white professors are not going to show you the same love and care that these black professors are. And that's just the real about it. Dr. Washington actually taught me that, and Dr. Stanberry as well. They really taught me, like, I want to see you do better. I want to see you write this 25-page paper to the best of your ability and still succeed in it. So Central, a lot of people can say what they want about Central. A lot of people can be bad at Central. But Central is literally what it is, a big family. And that's it.
Okay, so outside of an education, what do you feel like is something that you gained from your experience in these last 3 years at school? Does that question make sense?
Yeah. I gained a lot, actually. I gained a family, as we keep saying. My best friend. I'm so happy that I met her. She has helped me tremendously with my political aspects. That's something that I really, really, really hold dear to my heart, because it's like, I wanted to be a lawyer and I didn't know. It's a lot that I still don't know, but it was a lot that I didn't know that she introduced me to. And I really do appreciate that. Professionalism. I learned a lot of professionalism, how to speak, when to speak. I think that was one of the biggest things, my professionalism, because I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, but like, coming from where I come from, we're a little rough on the edges. You know what I'm saying? Had a little, yeah, we ain't gonna tell about that, but so I feel like it helped me mature, helped me with my professionalism. My grammar is something I'm still working on, but I have people in my corner when I say something wrong, they make sure they tell me, and I don't take that to the heart. I gained a sisterhood. I really appreciate my sisterhood. Has gained sister queens, with me being Miss NCCU, and that's something I really enjoy as well. So I feel like I gained so much that I wouldn't be able to just sit here and be like, I gained this, I gained that, I gained this, I gained that. But all in all, I think the number one thing is family, professionalism, and I don't know how to put this in the right way, but just knowing that to be yourself and never let no one change you. You know what I'm saying? If that's you at the end of the day. And I got really far with that, So I would just say always be yourself as well. But confidence. I gained confidence. So
I think I can say I gained myself. I gained my purpose. Because I was in a time where my freshman year, I literally was trying to be something that I wasn't. Like, I'm not going to lie, I was a follower for the wrong reasons. But then I turned into a follower for the right reasons. So there's a difference between being a follower for people who are bad for you and being a follower for people who are good for you, because the people who are good for you can turn you into a leader. And one example I can put is Marcus Spates actually turned me into a leader. Because my sophomore year, he gave me my first leadership position on campus as assistant director of political action and community engagement. And he literally taught me about myself. He told me about myself multiple times, and I'm really appreciative of that. Is because he didn't have to do that. Like, I just think I'm in the mindset where it's like people in this world don't have to do what they do for you, but they do it because they care. Like, they don't do it for their own personal gain, but they literally are selfless enough to know, like, okay, I can see this potential in this person. I want to help them out to their full potential. So I really appreciate Marcus for that. Another thing I can say is I gained my professionalism. I know when there's the right time and place. A right time and place. I'm really trying to think. I also gained my best friend right here. And I gained Lana too. My friend, my sisterly friend. I gained all my other sisters as well. Tiana, Amber, and Liv.
Don't forget my girl Liv. Don't forget my girl Liv.
I'm gonna talk about them each separately. So Thesha here is actually a person who inspired me to like literally go beyond average. Because my sophomore year, she was always the type of person where she was like, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, and I'll do it all at one time. Like, she literally, I'm like, Thesha, like, ain't you gonna be stressed? No, I can do that. So that really inspired me because my junior year, I actually did a lot of stuff and I actually made history, but it was like I did a lot of things at once. And even though I was burnt out, I still kept going. And I never told you that. So, yeah, you was my inspiration junior year. Lana here, she is actually someone who came my sophomore semester. We did meet vaguely freshman year, but you took a semester off or a year off?
Yeah.
She took a semester off, and when she came back sophomore year, she literally was on me like she knew me for 45 years or something like that. We're not that old, but like she acted like she knew me my whole life, and she was literally the encourager. Like, she was always making sure that she was in my corner, that she reminded me that God is in my corner. Although I am battling heavily with God right now, she still reminds me of that, and she makes sure that, like, you know what, even though you may be going through what you got going through, I still got you, and I'm gonna still make sure that you're good. All of them are like that, but Lana is really the one who literally like makes sure that she keep us grounded. Like, yeah. Tiana, we all met our sophomore year. Tiana funny.
That's just like our Sour Patch sweet. First she's sour, then she's sweet.
Yeah.
First she's sweet, then she's
Tiana
sour.
is my girl.
Yeah.
Tiana literally get tired of our attitude. She literally, but she's always.
She don't play.
One thing I can say about Tiana is she's always the positive person.
Yes.
Like,
Very sweet.
she literally, when I'm being negative, well, Lex, I mean, maybe you can look at it this way. Like, she's always been the positive person. I've always appreciated that. Liv is the quiet one, but she's the quiet to our loudness. She keeps us calm. I can't say, and she's always straight up. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I was about to
Her
say,
being
she's like
quiet,
a,
it's like once she tell you something, you know it's true because if Liv said it, it's
what's
like,
them
okay.
little fire things that you throw on the ground and then they like pop?
The popper. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's how Liv is. Like, if you don't want her to pop off, don't throw it on the ground. Like, she'll stay quiet, but until you do that, yeah.
but no, once she pop off, she like a polite pop off.
Yes.
Like,
I just don't understand.
Like, well, like.
and then Amber, oh my God. Amber, she literally gonna tell you what's up from the jump. Like, she gonna show you who she is from the jump. And that's something I also appreciate, is because she's always been the type of person where she'll tell you straight up, but she mean it out of love. And she also taught me a lot about myself as well. Because I can't say, like, Amber was always the type of person where she was like, you need to, focus on yourself and do what you need to do and tighten up. Y'all all are like that, but Amber was really the one that was on me like that. So I really appreciate her because she introduced me to y'all, even though T didn't like me at first.
I never said I didn't like you.
I'm about to say, what? That's news to me.
I didn't like that you didn't
That's
come around.
news to me. Yes, because Lex was like fake bougie. Like,
I was
if we
not.
hang out, she would only come out if Amber invited her. We'll see her.
No, I'm playing though. I'm playing. She was actually mean though. She didn't like new people, and I understood that. I really understood that.
I didn't like. Let me see. Okay, so Amber was my friend that Lana was the first one I knew. Actually, we did Miss Freshman together, but Amber was the friend that got me when I was in a bad space. She got me out of that, and she introduced me to a lot of people. She really helped me, and she introduced me to other, like I said, our other friends, Liv, Tiana. Amber did that. Like, she brought us all together. Like, and I was very territorial over Amber because I'm like, this is you see her, you see me. Like, it's just me and her. Like, this is my girl. Like, literally. And even though I had that group of friends, I was really, really stuck on to Amber. And so when she had, like I said, she had all these other friends. Everyone knew Amber. And it's like, I'd be looking at her like, girl, like, why you like her so much? Like, girl. But I have grown so much with that. And so that's why when Amber used to always be like, you know, Lex super cool. Lex needs to come. I'm like, okay. Lex gonna come. And then Lex didn't really hang with us a lot. So it was just like she come hang with us, but like, you know. But it wasn't that I didn't like her. I was a little, you know.
But no, that's what I definitely gained. Another thing I would say I gained is my civic literacy. I can say that I am a lot more political than I was back then. And for me, wanting to be a lawyer to now a politician says a lot, only because like I know the reality of what's going on within our actual reality.
The sun kiss. I just wanted to see.
But no, that actually I'm appreciative a lot. What else can I say I gained? I gained a support system.
You gained your man. Don't try to leave him out.
I gained my man.
Don't try to leave him out because he gonna watch this.
I got my little HBCU love story, y'all. We gonna be married next year, and I'm playing.
Hold on, this is my first time hearing about this one. Hold on, you ain't tell me to get ready, plan, or nothing.
No.
You know, my friends, I don't want y'all to feel like I wasn't trying to give y'all a shout out, you know, because I would have said everybody's name too. I just feel like I'm talking a little bit, you know, but you know, I love y'all down in there. All of us have our own personal stories of how we got to where we are and why I am connected to y'all. And I feel like everyone I use all my friends for different reasons, but I love how we all come together and we're stronger together. Yeah. Everybody holds a real good purpose within our friend group. I told you my mic, sorry.
You're good. So thinking back to your freshman year, what is something that you struggle with that you won't be taking with you to your senior year?
That I won't be taking with me? I did have a really bad habit. I don't do it anymore. But that's something I will not be taking with me senior year because it actually made my anxiety a lot worse than what it was supposed to be. It made my mind cloudy. It made me lose myself even more because, like I said, like my bad habit, I was literally doing it every day and night. I don't want to say that part, but yeah, it was a really bad habit, and it was to the point where it was like I was becoming very dependent on it. But that's something I won't be bringing with me. Another thing I will not be bringing with me is my bad decisions from freshman year. Because I was very naive. I really was, but I can say that I am very emotionally mature now. I know how to navigate my feelings. I know how to, decipher who is real and who isn't. I know how to decipher who really has my back and is looking out for me and who is really here for their own personal gain. So.
There's a few things I won't be taking with me, okay? But I feel like I don't know how to really put it. One thing I would say is my temper.
Oh, that's going.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Do you
my
even have a temper?
I have a bad temper.
My temper, freshman year, I was very hot-headed, And this year, I have learned to have a conversation more and be more civil about things, especially being in the position that I am in. You can't always just pop off. Sometimes you just need to chill, talk it out. And I learned I'm a type of person, if I feel some type of way, I'm going to say it right then and there. But I won't be taking that with me. into my senior year, I know I learned something. My mentor helped me, Amaya, shout out to her, that it takes about 1 to 2 days for me to be able to come back to a conversation and have a civil conversation. Because if we had that conversation while I'm upset, it ain't going to turn out the right way. And so I learned that about myself. I think, I don't know. I want to say the judgment part, because freshman year, I dealt with a lot of people saying I'm ghetto, I'm this, I'm that, and you know, I learned to embrace it. So I am taking it with me, but I don't believe that, oh, I'm ghetto or I'm this, you know. But I learned to embrace, like, this is who I am. If you don't want to see that, then that's that, you know. But this is me, and that's where I come from, and this is how I got to where I am today, with having the mentality that I have. But I also want to say that, like I said, I don't believe that I'm taking that with me, because I learned how to embrace it in the positive way, for who I am.
What's crazy is I never really thought that of you, only because, like, you remind me of my mama. Like, both of y'all are loud as heck. Like, everywhere y'all go, y'all are loud. And so it was like, I never thought of you as ghetto. I really thought of you like the person who was always looking on both sides of the story, or the third side of the story, whatever it was, or the person who was literally professional in every setting. So I never really thought of you as ghetto. I didn't know people thought of you as like that.
Yeah, and it was really something that I was really dealing with, especially once my sophomore year, I got on Royal Court, and like, literally, they used to, people in my court, they would say we're all ghetto. They're like, we ghetto court, whatever. But like, it was something that started to bother me, being called that, because it was like, you know, like, I didn't appreciate it. Like, you don't have to say that I'm ghetto. If you want to say I'm loud, say I'm loud. If you want, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, especially going to a HBCU, we already get that stereotyping that we're all ghetto and we're loud and da 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 da. And so it was something that I was dealing with. I cried about it a few times, but like I said, I learned to embrace it. This is who I am, and it's not ghetto. This is just me. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like I'm not taking, and I say I'm not taking it that way, because it was some times where I was being a little ghetto. But now, like I said, I learned how to embrace it. So I feel like I'm not taking it with me in that aspect. I'm taking it with me in a better aspect. But yeah.
One thing I can say I'm still working on that I don't want to take with me my senior year is, like you said, well, it's not necessarily judgment, but being obsessive over what other people think.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that really drove into my imposter syndrome, because like, when I literally, people really not worried about me, and I'm over here thinking like, oh, what if they think this? What if they say that? Like, what if this happens? And it's literally making my confidence go down. It's because like, I'm so worried about what the next person is thinking. But it's like, at the end of the day, I came in this world, my mama taught me how to hustle, and I'm going to do just that.
I need to add on that. I need to add on that for her, because Sha'Lexus literally was like her biggest hater. Like, she was her biggest hater. Like, she would tell herself she can't do something when the whole time you could do whatever you put your mind to. And she had like all the like characteristics to go with these things. Like, her running for president was the moment that I realized, like, wow, this young lady, like, she just don't understand how much power she has.
Yeah, I don't think she realized it.
She don't understand.
If it was me, y'all would have to roll out a red carpet every time I walk through the door, because I'm bad like that.
Like, she was so nervous to run, and she had so many, like, oh, this is going to happen. They're going to think this about me, or they're going to say this, or I'm scared this gonna be the outcome. I'm so nervous. Oh, when I go up there, it's going to be this. And we're like, Lex, you literally have this in the bag, Lex. Like,
yeah,
you are so powerful, and everyone looks up to you, and you might not see it, you know, but it's like, she was her biggest hater. And I feel like she's learning that, like, with her being confident in what she do, it helps her more when she steps into those rooms. But yeah, because that girl, campaign came. I hope that was the light she needed to see once she found out her winning and how much she won by. I'm like, I hope, and no shade to nobody, I'm sorry. But I was thinking in my head, like, Sha'Lexus, look at all that crying you did, all that stressing out you did. Look at this. Like, the whole school wanted you to be president. Like, come on now. She got the highest votes that anybody have ever had. Like, she literally made history in so many different ways. And it was like, you know, she was doubting herself. And it's like, no, boo, you got this. We had to have so many talks with her, like, you got this, Lex. You got this, Lex. Like, you got this. Like, but I'm so proud of her because she has came a really, really long way. I'm going to say one more thing. Another thing I will not be taking with me into my senior year is me being too humble. Because I do let other people take credit for my work. And now my junior year, I was at the point where I really was fed up. Like, I would cuss you out professionally if you try to take over something that's mine. Like, and it was really like, I think the person who told me the most, who was it? It was either you or Thesha. Or it was both of y'all. It was you.
I used to always tell you, like, take. Yeah, because there used to be events where people was making it seem like it was their events. And I'm like, Lex did that.
Yeah.
No. And she would just be so humble about it. And she would literally let the people be like, up there speaking as if they did it. And whole time, Sha'Lexus organized this whole thing. And it's like, no, Lex, take pride in saying what you did. You did this. And so, like, I used to always tell her, like, post, you did that. Say that's your event. Go up there and say you did this. Like, I wanted her to know, like, it's you that's doing this. Don't never feel like you got to be behind the scenes and give someone else the light or the shine of something that you're doing. Give yourself that shine. Let yourself be, like, congratulate yourself because this is something that you're doing. And one thing I would say, she always did something and help everybody around her and put them in the spaces as well and let them get a lot of shine as well. But it she tend to knock her shine out the way to give them their shine. And it was like, no, Lex, you stand right there in front of everybody because this is something that you planned, you came up with, you organized it, and this is your show, baby. So you're going to show them that this is your show. And I feel like she definitely took that in because this year she ain't playing. This administration, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared to mess up. I won't be late. I won't be late. I won't. No.
Okay, so I want to say with Thesha, I think one thing that I've always loved about you was you walking in your identity to the fullest. You being unapologetically you, and that's what it is. And a lot of people, they're not going to be able to grasp that because a lot of people are not comfortable with their self and confident, so they like to project and be like, oh, how can they do that and just live like that 24/7, and I can't even do that for one day because it's a lot doing that. So I think, yes, continue to walk in that, continue to move in that unapologetically identity and be who you are. Like, I feel like somebody said it like this, and I can't remember it because I was like 17 or 18 years old when they said it, but if you continue to change up who you are in every room that you go to, you will always be changing up. You will never be settled in who you are. But I like how every room you go to, everybody knows that's Thesha Johnson.
It's Big
T.
That's
Big T. That's Thesha Johnson, and not that's T. Oh, that's Miss Johnson. That's so and so. That's Sally Lou. No, you are who you are everywhere you go in every single room you go to, and I love that about you. So just continue to walk in that this year, and I think that is going to be the biggest thing for a lot of students to see that, because identity, knowing who you are, is really big a part of college and stuff. Because if not, you're going to be like, what's that lizard that always be like changing up?
The one that like
chameleon,
camouflage or something.
Yeah, you will always be changing up in every room that you are, and that could really mess with your mind and stuff, and it could be draining. So.
And can I touch on that?
Mm-hmm.
I like how when you're unapologetically, I can't say it.
Unapologetic.
I like how when you're, I like how when you're yourself, you make other people feel comfortable to be themselves around you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very rare, is because like you said, they always feel like they have to change up, but that's because they don't have that person who literally makes them feel like family already.
Yeah.
When you encounter people already vibing with you, like they already trying to like, oh, what you doing later? Like, you want to go out for lunch? And I love that about you, is because it's like, I wish I had that same.
Yeah, like that helped me out my freshman year too. I still use like Thesha to this day as an example and stuff. I be like, yeah, my friend Thesha, when she came in, she wasn't my friend at the time, but it was sore, and she was like, "You got locked? I do, Dad." Like, I'm like, okay, and she stood out from that point, and ever since, from this freshman year to now, she is still the same person. And I love how she said, like, she's learning. She's not changing who she is, but she's learning when to use that in different settings, and that's so important. So I love that.
Thank you.
Yes, I love your resilience and your fight. Like, even just hearing how you got denied, but you came and you was an advocate for yourself. And then even many people don't know about your story, what you're running for Miss Freshman, and then how that went. You still ran every single year, and now you're in the position that you're in today.
Yeah.
How you just continue to go, like, you didn't let that no stop you. You didn't let that delay hinder you and stuff. Like, it was delayed but not denied. So I want you to even like encourage somebody today, like they may have not gotten housing this year, but they still want to come back. Like, even me, I took a semester off and I still came back. So like, touch on that. Somebody that has experienced a no right now, they're experiencing a denial right now. How did you continue to get up and continue to fight even on?
Okay, so I definitely use that Miss Freshman and Miss Junior denial a part of my story, because you know it's something that could have broken me. It could have, but I didn't let it, because I was very passionate about what I wanted to do and why am I here. And so my freshman year, like she said, I ran for Miss Freshman. I got denied. I tried out for the cheer team. I got denied. I lost all my friends that I had first game, and it was really, really hard. And I was really going through a time, and I'm just like, I can't give up right now. I can't give up. I can't go back home. I don't want to be there. I know that I have a purpose to be here, or I wouldn't have made it this far. And so I want to let y'all know, always remember your purpose, your goal, why you're here, what are you fighting for, what's motivating you. And then during that time when I did get those denials, I'm over here bawling my eyes out, literally, your eyes swollen. I had to think of something that made me happy. You know what makes me happy? Seafood. And so, so I ordered me a seafood boil, and as I'm eating the seafood boil, I'm just thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to get myself back going? I need something to keep me going. And I'm just happy eating my boil. It's going to be something that motivates me. And honestly, I had found Amber, and Amber had just helped me get back out there. And sometimes you definitely need those people around you to help you keep going. But you also have to be very passionate and very, you got to know that that's something that you want. And I think that's my biggest thing. I know from freshman year, I'm I want to be Miss NCCU. So I'm going to go every year from Miss Freshman to Miss Sophomore to Miss Junior to Miss NCCU, because that's something that I want, and that's my goal, and I'm never going to give up on my goal. Never give up on yourself, because if you give up on yourself, then everybody around you will give up as well. If I would have said, well, I ain't doing Miss NCCU, they would have probably been like, why? You said you want to do it. But at that point, okay, well, she don't want to do it, so why encourage her to keep going, because it's something she don't want to do. So yes, sometimes you need those people to just bring it back and enlighten you, this is your purpose, girl. This is something you want to do, which I hope everyone get those friends and them people around them to help motivate them. But even going into my junior year, I lost Miss Junior. Once I lost Miss Junior, I'm like, wow, I lost Miss Junior. I want to be Miss NCCU. How did I lose Miss Junior? I'm in my head about it. But you know what I did? I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to apply for this position. I'm going to apply for that position. And I'm going to keep showing up each and every time, and I won't let them break me down. I'm not going to let them break me down. So I applied for Miss SAB. I applied for Miss Black and No Gold. I ended up getting Miss Alpha Phi Alpha. I did get Miss SAB. And I was still in the light that I wanted to see myself. And it also, I looked at it in a different light. I'm like, okay, well, when I was Miss Sophomore, a lot of people said I'm a little loud. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, being Miss SAB, that's going to give me the opportunity to show them that I'm a lit person. I love to have fun. Basically, the biggest thing is never giving up on yourself, never giving up on your goals. And you're going to have those times where you're ready, but you got to look to God. And I think my biggest thing was that I always had faith. I always believed.
So as for Lex, I think one thing I love about Lex is her voice. I think she's she's a sniper. She doesn't really know how powerful she is, and but it's so powerful and it's so deadly. Her ability to walk into a room and just command authority and command attention over. I don't really think she understands how beautiful and powerful she really is, but her voice itself carries so much weight. You making me blush. Her voice, it carries so much weight and stuff, and I think that is something that is so unique, because if you knew a little bit about her story, and I think I can relate a little bit to her because I dealt with anxiety too, and one thing that anxiety and fear, it will be louder, it will be so loud to the point where you don't even want to say nothing. Like, you get so tired of trying to, like, okay, you're fighting these voices in your head to the point where when it's time for you to speak, you don't even want to speak anymore because you're just done weary from trying to fight off these voices and stuff. But I love how she found her voice. I'm thinking of that song Beyonce by Listen. Like, this voice. What's that one part? And then when she found her voice, and now she's like speaking more. She's such an advocate. So Lex, I just want you to talk about that.
So this is kind of a hard topic to speak on because I really don't know. And I feel like that's an okay answer because nobody will ever know how to battle anxiety or fear or anything like that. Because, like, at the end of the day, you can be, like, the most confident person ever and you still have that little mind in the back of your head or a little voice in the back of your head. So it's like, I don't know. But for me personally, like I said, just having the people that I have in my corner, having y'all really actually motivated me and showed me who I am. And I think it's really the people I surrounded myself with and people I cut out of my life. And it was also my family as well. My family see my greatness before I did, especially my mom. And it's like, if y'all having faith in me, why can't I have faith in myself? If my mom and my grandma and my siblings and my dad and all of them is having faith in me, why can't I have faith in myself? Why am I allowing other people to take credit for something that I did, that I'm making history for? So it's like, I had to step into my purpose. I had to step into the person that people see the power in. Because at the end of the day, the only person who could silence you is you. And that's what I had to learn. Like, when it comes to this advocacy stuff, the climate, the political climate that we are in, you can't be quiet about that. I mean, even in college, I'm here as student body president, passionate about advocating for others because I know others are scared to have a voice of their own because I was in that same position as them. And I never had the person who really advocated for me. I had to advocate for myself. And I had to show people, like, okay, this Lex, I ain't gonna stay up still, man. But this big Lex. I had to show people, like, this is who Sha'Lexus Sander is. And anxiety and the fear don't go away because even when I was running for student body president, literally before I got on that stage, I cried. I cried my eyes out because I was scared. And I love E-Man to death. But I was scared of E-Man because I thought he had it back. He's already student body president. I ain't never said no 3-minute speech before, nothing like that. And, well, I've spoken longer than 3 minutes, but it's never been something that I had to, like. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, E-Man finna eat me up. As soon as I got on that stage, all the anxiety and fear went away. It was literally like I was a whole different person.
It was so passionate. Everything was just falling off the tongue. She was just going. Everybody like, ooh, ooh.
It was literally like I literally felt like a different person when I walked up them stairs. Like, and I don't think when I say that, I'm not saying that just to say that. I really felt it, and I was trying to figure out, like, when I got off the stage, I'm like, okay, like, okay, but honestly and truly, I really did feel like it was the power of God with me, trying to show me, like, this is where you need to be. Because I feel like if it was something I didn't need to be, I would have messed up. So, yeah.
I just want to make one comment, guys. One thing I really appreciate about Sha'Lexus is that she's really, really caring, and, like, that's something that I needed. I feel like she treats me like her baby. Like I'm like her. Like, are you okay? Do you need this? Da, 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 da. And I just told her, like, even when she's going through the toughest times, she's trying to make sure I'm okay. And I was just telling her this earlier. I'm like, like, it's been like, literally the situation she's going through now. We were both sad, and of course, this is something that's touching her 10 times harder than it touched me. And she's over there hugging me like, it's going to be okay. Like, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing that to her. How did the roles switch like that? And I think that's something that's a really good trait that you have. You're very caring for people, and you a lot of times people tend to be like, oh, well, I'm going to do this just because. But, you think about how people feel and what's the next steps towards that. And I think that's a really great trait to have, caring for others. I feel like you care a lot, especially when you know someone is
like when you know that person needs it. Like I feel like you're always there when you could tell this person needs it, and you can help that person. I love that you try to help people and you put people in positions to help them. I feel like you see a lot of potential in a lot of people, and that's a great trait to have as well.
I have a question for Lana, though. I have a question for you, Lana. So, how does it feel to actually have friends who are in these high positions?
I feel like seeing the journey is a little bit different. Like being like, to say if I would have just met them last year and seen everything, it would my impression would have been different. But since I've seen the journey from the beginning, from like freshman and sophomore year, like I'm in awe. I'm in awe of God. I'm in awe of y'all. Like just seeing the growth. Like I'm excited to see what comes to in store, and I feel like it's gonna be a really great year. Every time I speak to somebody about Central, I just be like, y'all, it's gonna be different this year. I don't know what it is, but it's something. I'm so excited to see it. On the other side of it, I am also scared, just knowing what Lex you're going through right now, and even just Thesha too, her like trying to change, and just me like the little bit of knowledge that I have, like just with the spiritual realm and everything, it scares me. So one thing about me, y'all can notice, I'm gonna pray for my friends. Like that's one thing you're gonna know. If I don't speak to them, just know I'm in the background and I'm praying and I'm going to war on their behalf, because it does scare me, because this is a crazy world. People are very spiteful. People are very negative, and they will see the light. They will see the beauty. They will see the power that people hold, and they will try to take advantage of that. And I'm very but it's just like I'm so protective. I do not play. I don't let nobody speak negative on them. Like y'all don't even know them. Like shut up. Like I know people, like a lot of people really do not like how Thesha walks and how she carries herself. And if I hear somebody saying something about Thesha, and I literally be like, y'all don't know her. Like how are you going to sit there and say something about her and you don't know her? So I'm scared for my reaction, because I'm like, y'all got one time. One time. But I'm so excited for this, and how they are going to walk, and I'm excited for the little girls that are going to come in and see them and be like, oh, that could be me. Like there's so much, because their story is so heavy. Looking at their story and stuff, it's a testimony. It's very beautiful, and I think they should write a book one day about it, because it really is beautiful. I can't even really wrap my eyes around it, or my mind, and even express how beautiful their story is. Because if you went through what they are going through, or if you went through what they're going through right now, a lot of people will not make it. A lot of people will be somewhere on the street shooting up. Some people is a crack house, something, but they still going, and they still look vibrant. You could look at them right now and you wouldn't even think, oh, you went through that, oh, you're going through that. You wouldn't even see that. So I think that's where I'm at right now.
Can I say something?
I'm sorry. I really just want to touch bases on you, Lana. I feel like, one, I appreciate you so much for this interview, because it gave me a lot of insight on myself as well. And it kind of made me really look at Lex and really be proud of her as well in this meeting. Her just being able to touch on some of the topics that she did touch on. But Lana, like, you talk about us being a testimony, baby girl, like, you don't know how much I brag on you. You don't know how much I talk about you. Like, I feel like you having the courage and the power and the faith to change your life and just do a whole 360 and go on this walk with God and encourage others. It's so powerful, and it touches me every time that I even think about it. And you don't know, like literally I be like, oh, like one day I'm gonna get like that, like one day, because it's really powerful and it really motivates me a lot. And that's why all my moments I go through with God, like I can't wait to talk to Lana and tell Lana about it, like, because I'm really proud of you. Like, I'm extremely proud of you. It's not something that's easy, and you're doing it, and you've done it, and you're like, and I know this is not stopping here. It's gonna go beyond this, and I really appreciate you. Even from freshman year, we ran from his freshman. She came up to me the day of elections, and she like, I just want to let you know, like, I hope you win. And the whole time she running against me, she like, I hope you win. I really just did this to get out my shell, and you seem like you really want to do this, and like, I'm gonna vote for you. And she told me she gonna vote for me, and in my head I'm thinking like, girl, you're supposed to be my competition. And she just telling me like, like, I really like you, and da 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 da. And from there, we was friends. From even like in that pageant, like I feel like I'm so glad that I met her during the time that I met her, and we were on the same hall, and it was like I really needed her, and she's a big part of my journey here at NCCU. And I really look up to her when it comes to my faith with God, and I'm happy that we have her. And as I said, she really do keep our friends grounded. Like, she motivates all of us when it comes to the Lord, and that's something that we all need in life. And so, like, she's like the light in our group. Like, she's like what we all feel like we can lean on when we're going through these deep, dark times. We know that she's praying for us. We know that she's there for us. And she helped me with this election so much. She was my manager, and I couldn't have done it without her. Literally, she came and did everything that I needed her to do. I was stressing her out. And even with some of the things that I did have to do that she was against, she always let me know that regardless, I'm here in your corner. Like, whenever you need me, I'm here. It might not be something that I support fully, but I want you to know I support you, Thesha. Like, I support you. And I appreciate that. That's something that I really hold it dear to my heart. And it's something that I always have in the back of my mind. I be thinking like, oh, yeah, Lonnie ain't gonna like that. Lonnie ain't gonna like that one. Like, in these little rooms that I do be in, it'll be in the back of my mind. Like, she told me about that one. Like, and it's just like a blessing to be your friend, to call you my sister, to be on this journey with you, meeting you from freshman year to now and seeing how far you have came. Because you came a really long way too, girl. Yeah, because, girl, I remember that boy. Like,
Just chill. We don't talk about Bruno.
One thing I do want to say, this interview gonna be long.
Yeah, this interview gonna be real good though. Y'all better watch it.
Y'all better watch it. But one thing I do want to say is I wasn't here like for your entire journey. I was here when you actually transformed. Yeah. But one thing that I did love about you, like I said before, you literally approached me like you already knew me. And it's like, that's what I really appreciated the most, is because, like, you didn't know me from a can of paint. You already treating me like I'm your sister. I know it's times where it's like, I'll be boohoo crying, morning, night. Lana texts me, how the
no,
like,
for real.
I'm like, is she my mom or something? Like, how she know something going on with me? And it's crazy is because it's like, Lana is literally the person, like, we won't know what she's going through.
Yeah.
We literally won't know what she's going through. But it encourages me because whatever she's going through, she's going to put her faith in God at the end of the day. Like, even if it's the most hard time ever, she's going to put her faith in God. And I really appreciate you for not being the type of person who pushes us to the word, but encourage us to that word. Yeah. Because it's always like, do y'all want to come to church with me? I really want y'all to see my church. Like, I want to experience this. And when I went to your church, I really loved it. I did. And when you told me, I don't know if this message, but when you had text with group chat saying like somebody, I don't know what you said, but somebody was like, you're judgmental or something like that. Yeah. You've never been that type of person. You are literally the person who loves us through and through, because you know that's what God would do. And even if she's gonna tell us though, she might tell us, she ain't gonna judge you about it. She's not gonna judge you about it, but you tell us you love us through and through, and you remind us, like the word, you remind us that to always keep our head up and stay encouraged through it all. So it's like, I really do appreciate you, Lonnie. I appreciate this interview because it not only showed me insights of myself, but it also showed me the insights of the type of friends I have, and me being the person who encountered some people. I'm really appreciative of all y'all. So I love y'all.
And it takes a strong person to take a year off of school and come back, okay? Yeah. So y'all need to get that up for her. Get that up for her, because that is a miracle, for real, because a lot of people do not come back, especially the things that she was going through. And she proved me wrong, because I low-key thought she wasn't coming back either. Like, and that girl came back and she was on it. Like, she was on it, and she was here, and everyone like, well, who's she? I'm like, you don't remember her? Well, she here. You gonna know her now. Like, yeah, that was my friend freshman year. Like, I was so happy because a lot of people say they're gonna take a year off and never come back, but that girl had faith,
She had the strength, she had the motivation, and she came back and she proved everybody wrong that thought she was not gonna come back. So I'm so happy she's here.
Alright, y'all, it was a blessed and beautiful day with your girl Alana M, aka Miss Set Apart. And if you want to join the Saints, where we are in the world but not of the world, I challenge you today, right now, to give your life to Christ. Yeah.
Oh, I like that, girl. I need one of those.